Hello everybody, welcome to a video. I have not made one in a long time, but I feel like I should maybe start covering something that's really different. I can make another series, but I know that whenever I'm like, okay, let's start a new series, I'll have like 200 episodes, and I forget about it, and it's just 1 and 2 episodes. I don't forget about it, I'm always thinking about new things to do. So it came to me because I've always been working with a software called Blender. It's basically an animation software that you could basically use to send it to games that you could make. So if you want to make games, this is an amazing software that will help you animate your characters. So I'm gonna have some pictures up, and you guys can maybe snapshot them and download them. If you guys are using a computer, Blender works on about every computer. So this is the side view image I'm going to be using. So if you want to just get that picture in, and perfect. You guys could use that image. And also, it's not mine, it's YouTuber named Vertus. Please don't copyright me. I watch your videos if you're watching. Hey, Vertus. So the software is called Blender, and I recommend getting it. It's free, and it works on just about everything, but there is one thing that you definitely need. First off, you need a keyboard, of course, but you also need a thing called a numpad. A numpad looks like this. It's an extra little thing that goes with the keyboard. And it's usually Bluetooth, so you don't have to wire it. It just connects like that. And you also need a double-sided mouse. If you have one of those mouses where it only has one side, I know it says that it works with 2 sides, but it doesn't have a right click. So you basically need one with a scroller and 2 things. So that's basically everything you need to start going. Well, you also need a computer, so don't. But yeah. I might as well also show you guys what this will be looking like at the end of the series. So, it'll look like this in about, sorry, that was the wrong thing. That was another project I've been doing. Okay, I think it's this. No, that's not it. This. That's not what he's gonna look like at the end of the video, but that was a project I did. Okay, not that. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, I can't, wait, it could be right here. There we go. Okay, so by the end, of maybe this episode, you'll have a clean character that looks about like this. And he doesn't look too good, but this is just episode 1. So we're just getting started. So in episode 1, all we have to do is double tap A, then push X, then tap delete to get rid of all this stuff. Then you're gonna need to drag in the 2 pictures that I showed you at the start of the video into the application. So from there, you could go on to background images. But so if you can't see this extra tab right here, tap the N key and it will show up. And then you just have to drag in the 2 files and then scroll all the way down, and then at the very bottom you'll see this arrow and it'll say background images. Then you'll see these 2 things that have a whole lot of, it says all views right here. The first one, change it to front. The second one, change it into right or left. I recommend right. So tap 1 on your numpad, not the keyboard. So tap 1. Oh yeah, if the picture isn't showing up, then tap 5, and then it'll show up. Okay, so from there, this is when we start making the character. So push Shift A, and then get cube. So then you need to push G to move it up. Wait, no, right click, forget about what I just said. Just move it up to where it's about right here, and tap tab, and then it'll turn you on to edit mode. Tap B, and then left click. Wait, no. Just push tab again, and then push Control R. Whoops. Control R. Control R. Okay. Okay. Instead, forget about what I just said. Tap tab to where you get onto this mode, not this mode, because this is object mode. Go on to edit mode. So from there, double tap A, and push Control R. And then, do you see that pink line? Make it to where it's at up and down. So double tap, then you're already getting started. So push B, then hover over that, and then do that, hover over and do that, and then push X, push vertices. There you go. Now from here, tap on this toolbar. I'll just push N to make this go away. So tap on the toolbar that you can find right over here. Look, scroll over with your eyes. And then once you find the toolbar button, tap on that, and then you'll find a button that says Add Modifier. Then look for a button that says Mirror. It should be right here. And then, as you can see, it's changed now. So that means we just did all that. So then, if I move this, it copies itself on the other side. So I recommend pushing B and then selecting these, and then make it to where it matches with the legs, right about there. And also, I recommend doing the exact same thing up here, and then making it right about here where the shoulders are. So as you guys can see, it looks kind of bad, and it's the same on this side. So what we need to do to make it match the drawing is just, we just need to do the same thing we did, Control R, and then tap, and then don't double tap this time. Try to find an appropriate place to put your edge glue. That's what it's called. So then push Control R again once you place that somewhere. And then right click on a spot that you want to do, then push B and hover over it to make sure you fully selected it. Then move it right into where it should go, where the color is. And then try maybe doing it again right here. The more little bumps we have, the more realistic it will be, and the less spiky it'll be. And we don't really want it to look super spiky in the end. So you gotta be a perfectionist with this. If you're not a perfectionist, then you still gotta try. Whoops. Push Command Z to undo something. And I'll tab B, and then I'll just adjust this to where it fits perfectly. I'm gonna do this. Just keep pushing Control R to make some edge loops, and then soon enough you'll be good. I think I need one more edge loop right about here, and there you go. Perfect. So now it looks a bit better. Not like a body still, but it's on its way. So now we need to do this side. So basically the first thing you should do is this. Hover on that, tap G, and make it towards even with its other side. Right about there. I might be being a bit too quick for you guys if you're just starting off with the software. So I'm kind of bad at explaining stuff. Then why am I doing this? Just because. So you might need to watch another video on the controls and stuff, because I am a new guy. Once I start learning about better creating faces, I might make a good video about making a face for your character. We're gonna cover faces in this series, but it's not gonna be very good looking. But it won't be really realistic. But I'm getting better at Blender every single day. So that means that sometime soon I'll be creating great characters. But now all I'm making is just weird looking guys. So Blender is a thing that takes time to practice. You need to put a lot of time into it. as long as you know what you're doing and you actually want to do this and you have the patience, because you mess up a whole lot during this process. So that means that you're gonna have to put a whole lot of patience. So if you guys have the patience, then you'll be able to do this, definitely. And this is a really good software. It's really hard though, but after a while you can master it and it gets really easy to where you can memorize every single little step you need. So right about now, he should be looking way better. So let's maybe make this a perfect. I'm sorry, I'm just a perfectionist with Blender. Okay, there we go. That's amazing. So now he looks way more like a human. And as you guys are probably thinking, John, he looks so boxy. And that is right. He is very boxy. So that means that I'm going to fix that. Control R. Control R. And then make it to where you're cutting. Whoops. Make it to where you're cutting. If you accidentally move it out, right click after you tap it, then it goes right back to the middle. So from there, we're gonna stretch this out a tiny bit, like, let's just say that. So now he looks a bit more rounded out, but not a whole lot. So we're gonna right click on this edge right here and push Alt right click on the next little line. And we're gonna move this tiny bit over. And we're gonna do Control R, do the same again right here. And then move that. Perfect. And there you go, now he's way more rounded out. Oh wow, we could maybe do a tiny bit more rounding right about here. Whoa, that was an accident. So there you go, that's when he starts to look way more rounded out. And if you guys have made it this far, I can almost assure you that you're gonna do really well in this series. I might slide this a bit more. There we go. So if you guys are making it this far, then you guys are gonna do great in this series, and you're gonna definitely be able to make a realistic character, unlike mine. But soon enough, yours will probably end up better than mine. But mine is looking pretty sad. So yeah, I'm just gonna make this part right here just make him a bit more realistic. I don't know why I'm doing it, but just because. So that just helps out. And now I'll go right here and stretch him out a bit. Actually, no, there's a big stick right there, so I'm just gonna fix that. There we go, that's a bit better. So from there, this is where we are gonna start working on the legs. So as you guys can see, once we rounded it out, these things right here aren't matching this. Just forget about it. And yeah. So what we have to do is tap A to deselect everything you've done. Not deselect everything you've done, but so basically we're gonna have to drag this down to fit right about here, just so we can leave room for the legs, and try to match this upside down triangle sort of shape. And then just bring it up a bit more, and that's perfect. So from there we just do that, and yeah, that's good. So push E to extrude. It looks weird right now, but it'll look better soon. So from there, just drag it down to where, so just from there, you just drag it down to where it fits right about to the heels. So push R and don't deselect anything yet. So tap R on your keyboard, and then that might just make it a bit more smooth. So there you go. Right about here, as you guys can see, this is very weird looking. So we're gonna fix that by doing this, then this. Perfect. Okay. There we go. That's way better. Now, let's see how he's doing. Okay. Yeah, the legs look quite ugly. So, I'm just gonna cut ahead in the video to where I get to where I just fix the legs. So I know you guys can do it. I'm just gonna cut ahead, and from there you guys can just do it yourselves and make it look like yourself. Okay guys, so by now you should have a pretty good looking guy. And yeah, so the legs are doing a bit better, but as you guys can see, the legs are they look good on this side, but once you do that, that's ugly. So we need to fix that. So what we're gonna do is just move all these down to where it matches where it should be. So then we don't have to move two things at once. That'll just make it way easier. Most of you guys should have the same thing looking like this. And if you're not, it's either you're just doing it your own way or it's just not working out. And of course the first couple, alright, my computer's lagging. Okay, so soon enough, after a while, it should be looking a bit better, but of course the first time you do it, it's not going to be perfect. So I think that after you guys maybe at least try to memorize every single little thing I'm doing, which actually sounds hard now that I say that, just soon enough you can experiment by your own, and I'm not watching any tutorials right now, I'm not cheating. But I always recommend using an image in the background when you're starting off, and that will definitely help you make a perfectly shaped character. Okay, so move this over. Looks a bit awkward, but once we go out, it won't look so bad. But maybe you will. So soon enough, I'm going to be covering an artistic side of Blender. It will a new video that might be coming out soon. It's basically just gonna let you be artistic. It's called sculpting, which of course most of you have probably heard what sculpting is. It's basically making something out of something. Hard to explain. So right from there, from sculpting, what you have to do is basically what it sounds like. You start off with a little square, then turn it into a circle by tapping a couple buttons, not by sculpting yet. And then, a while later, you can just start doing even cooler looking stuff, which, alright, I'm not explaining this very well. So, after a while, you're going to start with when you sculpt, you basically just draw on top of it. You basically 3D draw on top of it. If you know what a 3D pen is, you'll know what I mean. So, this is looking way better. Ooh, that's not doing too good right there. Okay. Well, okay, I think it's just the lighting. Okay, so as you guys can see, it's a tiny bit weird looking on the inside of the legs. So, what we need to do, this might be a longer sort of process. So, sort of right click on every single vertical that I'm doing. And then, once you right click, hold down shift while you do it, because without the shift key, you'd just be separately right clicking all of them. And then you wouldn't be able to do much of this that I'm showing you. So just right click on this whole little square, and after a while it'll turn into a nice looking square, and then move this outwards. There you go, and there's still a bit of leftovers right about here, and there, and there. Okay, so we might need to do a tiny bit more though. It's looking better. So we're gonna do these two. We're just gonna do this line right about there, and perfect. That's way better. So now your character should be way better looking. And if it's not, you can always rewind or even just try it again. So this is where the cool part comes in. We're gonna try to see how he's doing once he's smoothed out. So on the edit mode, we're gonna have to push double tap A. Make sure you're in edit mode, which shows the edit mode thing right about there in the bottom left corner of the screen. And right from there, it will work out way better. And once you double tap A and push W, then scroll down until you find this button that says Shade Smooth. So tap on that, and then boom. Check this out, guys. So as you guys can see, he's way more smoothed out now. But yeah, so he's way smoothed out now. He's looking way better. And like you guys can see, it's actually better than I thought. So soon enough, we're just going to be covering every single thing in this series. We're going to be covering UV unwrapping, which is basically making it to where your character can be, we're making it to where your character can be painted on and textured and given color. So, we need to move this down a bit, move that down, and there you go. So, soon enough, we're gonna start working on the arms, which soon enough is now. And all we need to do is just push A to deselect everything, push B, and then do that, and that, and that. So let's make sure we selected a good amount. That's perfect. So as you guys can see, if we selected a pretty good amount, like about a square, right smack in the middle of right where an arm should be. So go back onto this mode, push E to extrude. It looks weird right now. Tap left click, I mean. If you accidentally pushed right click, it'll look like it did nothing. So it'll look like it's like right about here. It'll look like it's not even there. All you gotta do is just push G, and then you can stretch it out and try to make the bottom fit right there. Push R to rotate, and then make it right about flat. Then do G again, then perfect. So this is the exact same thing as the rest of the body. All we need to do is just make it to where it matches. And that's pretty much it, actually. So we just have to change it around as much as we want. You guys can be an even more perfectionist than I am with this. So that means you guys could also might have it. You guys are probably doing way better than me, because if the lines that you're making are looking really weird, that's not a problem. It's looking like that for me too. These edge loop lines are looking weird because it's the shape of the arm. It's just the actual complete shape. Okay, so from there we're gonna do that. Move that up. Perfect. Now that it's all fleshed out, that is looking great. So this side of the arms are looking kind of ugly, so we need to fix that. So, oh, whoops. So I guess this design wants it to where the arms are over here. Wait, no, I take that back. The guy that, at the start of the video when I said the guy that made this background image was not Bertus. It was Sebastian Leig. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but he's a good YouTuber. He has some great tutorials. And also double tap A again, push W, and look for something that says remove doubles right about here, so then everything's merged together. So there we go. Now if I did this, just kidding, that's messy. If I did this, there were some bits to where they were disconnected. If I moved this thing up right here, the other half of it would go the opposite direction. And that's how you would know that it's just messed up. And I'm just gonna do an edge loop again, and boom. So once we go into this view again, all we really need to do is just fix this line. There we go, that's a tiny bit better. So we just need to fix this, that's all. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, that might be a bit much, but let's just try. Yeah, that's a bit better. So from here, like I said, it's probably gonna be a bit weird looking right over here. So tap A and shift, hold down shift this whole time. Right click, right click, right click, right, and whoops, just redo that. You guys, if you guys didn't make a mistake and just go down this whole little line, then, oh, come on. Okay, so if you guys went down this little line, then it should be good. So then, do the red one, and stretch it out till it looks good. There we go, that's way better now. Well, whoa, look at the feet, oh, that's messed up. See, that's how I know that I've been going crazy with this. Okay, so. Just gonna fix this part right here, right about there, and there. There we go. So, soon enough, it should start to take shape. And this guy's starting to look a bit better now. And I think that's about the end of the first episode. Next episode, we'll be covering the hands, the feet, and maybe the head. And if we still have enough time, we can cover UV unwrapping. So from there, all we'll do with UV unwrapping is, let me show you what it looks like. UV looks like this. Basically, you just touch little things of the character. I actually have never UV unwrapped before. So I'm guessing that, I mean, I'm gonna watch a video, of course, so basically you get every single little thing, and then move it over to this little pad, and that's all. And then from there, you could just color every single little spot that you made from here instead of there, so it's easier. And then he'll be colored. And we could probably use actual human textures and it'll look really realistic. But, you know, realistic is what I'm bad at. Maybe for this series we'll be covering cartoony, more sort of cartoony things. So maybe next time I do a series on this, we could cover a bit more realistic stuff. And yes, I'll try to make this character have hair. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful if you guys want to try out Blender. And I will see you, that's the animation page, and I will see you all in the next episode. Wait for part 2 to come out. It's coming soon. I'm already working on it, which is kind of weird, because, I don't know, I'm kind of already working on everything. So, there you go. So that's kind of every page you're going to use. Scripting there. This is the JavaScript. It's basically computer code. I have a low experience on it, so I might not cover that. And so this has been our character this episode. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. See you all in the next one. Goodbye.